All right. Hello, welcome. This is the second part. This live is dedicated to one of our subscribers, Red Star guy. Hopefully, you get to watch this later. I'm making this segment. I'm making this segment much different than I did before. The other one was towards many influencers. This one's going to be just directed at one. Why him? Because he does have in extreme dislike for me, I guess. We're going to get into that. I'm going to be doing this as best I can. I have this live set up. Hopefully, it works out. I've curated a lot of clips for you guys, and we're gonna get into it here soon. I want people to load in. Thank you so much, by the way, for letting me know that the title was wrong. Let me know where you're watching from. Please type where you're watching from as people come in. Let me know if you can hear me, and we're gonna start the show here soon. Again, I have curated clips. I have made a segment where we have a show tonight. It's basically going to be breaking down what is Roman, the woke Giga Chad monster from Russia, who's also moved to the EU and hates every immigrant who moves into Russia. It's going to be quite the show today. Watching from St. Petersburg. Hell yeah. Paris, France. Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. St. Petersburg, Czech Republic, really cool. Michael, welcome, brother, welcome. Los Angeles. By the way, guys, I have some watermelon juice. No, watermelon water. All right, we're gonna let people load in. Maybe we can get to 70 people. Please do consider hitting like because this is the second chapter and it is way better, I believe. The way that I've curated things, we're gonna see if it works out. I hope it works out because if it doesn't, it's gonna be sad. Let me see here. First of all, let's try this. I'm changing the microphone, right? I've changed the microphone because I have to make sure that the videos that I put today are heard. So I know that the sound quality is worse on this microphone, perhaps, but we're gonna have to get through it. Welcome everybody who's loading in. Happy Easter. Here in Russia, the Orthodox Easter is going on. Hello, Dan and Xenia from Belgium. Actually, we're actually over Easter. Let me know what this microphone sounds like because we're going to be playing clips on the background. This microphone might be different. I understand the quality is going down, but what can we do? I don't have a microphone yet. Also, guys, if you are a member of this channel, please do remember that we do have the May 9th celebration emojis ready. Please do remember that I will be streaming a Victory Day parade from the Great Patriotic War. Just know that that's happening, okay? We do have May 9th stickers, and these are not Z stuff because I don't believe that we should be proving Roman right. I am not a Z person. We're going to be getting into that later. So we have enough people to start the show. This is really great. Please do hit like, and we're gonna break this guy down today. It's gonna be really, really cool. All right, here we go. By the way, all of these clips that I'm getting, all the clips that you're gonna watch today are in his channel. I do not own any of these clips. He's recorded them himself, but he's also recorded using other people's content. So I'm reacting to him, reacting to other people. Here we go, guys. So let's see here. All right, let's get this show on the road. So here we go, guys. Please, guys, try to keep up, okay? This is broken down, and this right here, what we're going to be doing is a show. This is broken down into chapters. Try to keep up. If you're going to join after or later, you might miss some things. What you're going to watch right now is an actual show that I've made. I've broken down everything into timelines, and I'm just following the script that I wrote, okay? Here we go.
Hello Blazers, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian. How you doing today? Welcome to a brand new video, and in today's video guys, we're gonna be talking about perhaps my favorite people in the entire world. And I'm talking about Westerners who've been born in democratic Western countries who, instead of utilizing the power of their passports to go pretty much anywhere, which I don't have, decide to go to live in Russia and become Z. Now some of you guys watching this video might think, that sounds ridiculous, right? Why would anybody from the West willingly move to Russia now? Especially in the current times where the whole agenda of Russian propaganda is sort of to paint the West and everybody from the West as a sort of a collective evil which the Russian nation has to rise against. Well guys, let me ruin your day because those people exist.
Okay, so if you didn't know already, guys, if you didn't know already, this video is dedicated to Roman again for being the ultimate hater of immigrants from the West moving to Russia. We're going to be breaking down his hypocrisy. Let me know if you guys can hear. Please let me know if you can hear, and we'll continue the show. I don't want to. Hey, by the way, Eric, welcome back to the membership. Thank you so much. Please let me know if you can hear. Listen to what everything he's saying because we're going to be breaking everything down. Everything's going to be broken down today. Nice. Let's continue.
Recently, I got this video recommended to me on YouTube called Getting Russian Permanent Residency. I even made a joke about it on Instagram saying, my condolences, bro. But I decided to check this video out and check the guy's channel out, and honestly, I've gone down a rabbit hole which goes way deeper than I thought. So this channel right here called Russia Guy, great name by the way, is a channel managed by a guy from Australia who moved with his family from Australia to Russia several years ago, and essentially he lives a farm life in Russia, and you know, apart from some questionable opinions which we'll get to in a second, they seem like decent people. And you know, needless to say, please don't go out of your way to harass these people or like, you know, talk shit. And I'm not here to like attack a family or whatever, but
Yeah, so first of all, I'm going to cut that off right there because he knows that he has a lot of subscribers that do reach out to people. My channel's victim to his hate, but let's continue because he loves to put these disclaimers.
you know, there's a few questionable things this channel has done. They decided to stay in Russia after the start of the special military operation because, well, apparently it's fine within their moral compass. And by the way, I'm not claiming that the people who didn't leave Russia are OZ or anything like that, because I'd be literally insulting my own friends and family. But you know, this guy uploaded a video about the Russian Military Day on February 26, 2022. So, 2 days after this special military operation started. So, with a thumbnail like this, I mean, honestly, that's just something I would not do. Just not a decision I would make personally. And actually checks out the channels that this guy has, and apparently has a channel about his family life, his farm life, and his wife has a channel as well, and she actually...
So if you're not understanding, he's just trying to dox these people as best as he can, okay? So shame on him. Look, he's trying to put people on blast. We know that his content used to be just life in Russia, stereotypical Russian videos, but because he was unable to stay in Russia, he started picking on people who moved into Russia. For a long time, that was the majority of his content. This guy could not pump out any other type of content unless it was hateful towards Westerners. We're going to continue on the show. Just remember, though, this is something that came up after the conflict started in Ukraine, and people started moving to Russia. He started making videos like this. And just keep in mind as well that he's criticizing these people for moving to Russia in a time of war, which is ridiculous. Let's continue.
Basically confirmed my suspicions about why these people moved to Russia because, okay, let's just watch it. I'm not going to spoil it.
Почему уехали из Австралии?
Good question.
Австралия, современная Австралия, это очень либеральная страна. Если это вам нравится, тогда вперед. Мы верующие и как семья консервативная. Когда мы подумали о будущем наших детей и что мы хотели для нашей семьи, мы решили, что Россия – это лучшее место для нашей семьи. И поэтому мы все продали в Австралии.
Do you guys notice? Do you guys notice as she's giving her reasons why she's moving to another country, as she's doing that, he's like he can't believe that some people move to another country because they believe in something. And by the way, he's doing this reaction from outside of Russia because he left for some other things that he believes in, which we're going to get into later. But just pay attention to how fake he is. The man child cannot fathom a world where someone with a better passport, as he calls it, moves to Russia. Let's continue watching. And he does do that L symbol, right? He does that L symbol to a woman who wants to move to another country because of her kids. This is her decision. And he puts up that L the guy has no real soul. Let's keep going here.
И переехали в Россию.
So yes, they're a trad conservative family that moved to Russia because of, the LGBT agenda in the West or whatever. This is crazy. This is just like perfect textbook example of what I was talking about in a video 2 years ago called Stop Idolizing Russia, where I mentioned that there's people in the West right now that are conservatives that actually think Russia is like the leader of the free world and is like, the bastion of conservative hope or whatever, and it's a safe haven to go to hide away from the LGBT agenda or the trans agenda or whatever. But these people just feel very marginalized in their first world countries, so they go to Russia to secure the future of the children, by the way. I understand people make different decisions, and honestly, I don't want to dictate them what they do in their lives, and I don't even want to say they're wrong for what they're doing, but it's just not something I would do, personally, But yeah, honestly.
So, again, keep in mind, he just said that is not something he would do to move out of a country for ideological reasons, right? Well, this is where things start to be really, really weird because he cannot figure his words out. He cannot really do anything. Everything that he says is so hypocritical, and we're gonna move here. I'm gonna show you something. Oh, I don't got a mouse.
This week,
Let me get this part ready.
But also, I'm fine.
So here he's going to talk about, and you're going to see, he's going to talk about why he moved, okay? And it is so hypocritical. Keep in mind, he just laughed at someone for moving out of their country. Keep in mind, he just laughed at someone for moving out of their country. And then he goes on and says this in another video. So I got all of these clips from different videos. So if you're not keeping up, you have to come back from the beginning, okay? Here we go.
Because I'm still confident in my beliefs, and I think, all things considered, for myself, I've made the right decision, and I did not make a mistake by leaving Russia. And let me explain why. Okay, so let's say Putin gets the perfect outcome for himself. Russia is just doing way too great. Everybody's so happy. There's zero issues, and also the propaganda is just working. And everybody in Russia is just like, yes, Putin is based. He was actually correct to start a special military operation and so on, right? That could very much happen, and it's already happened. A lot of people, are more supportive of what is going on at this point, I feel like. And again, I'm fine with that. Even if that is the case, me leaving Russia was still a good decision for me. You see, in my life, I do have some certain beliefs. Ideally, I'd like to live in a country that...
So he's about to go into his beliefs, guys. He's about to say why I left Russia, and he's going to go into his beliefs. He just got done laughing and putting an L sign at a woman who left her country for her beliefs, okay? This is a person that has no respect for other people's beliefs because he's a Russian and he's been oppressed for so long because Putin is president. This is the kind of person who goes and tries to dox an entire family, because you're going to see later he's not only going to show their channel or talk about them, you're going to see that he goes lower than that. Now let's look at his beliefs for leaving Russia, because surely his beliefs mean something, because other people's from the West do not. Westerners cannot have bad lives because they come from a place with stronger passports. Let's see.
Thinks that all people are equal before the law and all people are equal regardless of their race, gender, sexuality, political views, etc., which is not the case in modern Russia, and it's not going to be the case going forwards. I also want to live in a country with relative political freedom, and also, look, even if Russia is doing perfect, at the end of the day, I don't think it is normal to have the exact same person to be the president and the ruler of a country for 25 years straight. I just don't think that is exactly normal, okay?
So we can tell that he has absolute hate for anybody who has something like this. Okay, so we're gonna take a pause there, and this is bringing us into the story. Like I ask you guys usually, please comment where you're watching from, and I ask again, if you're watching from a country like the United States, the question is this: if you're European or if you're from the United States, anywhere outside of Russia, have you ever moved to another country? Have you been a tourist in another country? I want to know how many of you watching are from outside of Russia, and how many of you guys have gone on vacations to other countries. Let me know if you've ever been on a vacation, okay? Because we're going to do the same question to the Russian people, because according to this guy, there's no escape, there's no life if you're Russian, it's the end of the world. And even if it was a miserable place to be, he's out of Russia now. And it kind of makes me think like, okay, you're out of Russia. What is your fascination with people moving into Russia? If it's so bad, you should be laughing at them, and you don't need to be making videos about them, trying to ruin them. He posted these videos quite a while ago, but nobody called him out on it. And I'm just getting these receipts out to him. Hopefully he sees this again, because this is absolutely insane. Now, we're going to continue on and check this out. This is another segment that just gets out of control. This is ridiculous.
Pedal Blaze.
Let's see here. As you guys remember, he just got done talking about this woman and making fun of her and all of these things. So let's continue with that.
Sure, it's a psyop. Like this girl made a video addressed to Putin asking for Putin to help them settle in Russia, whatever, because they had visa issues.
Уважаемый Владимир.
All right, now we're continuing on with the same video. Now he's laughing at her for making a video asking Putin for help to get residency. And please pay attention to his face. Look at this freaking guy's face. This guy, this lunatic. Look at his face of sarcasm. Look how fake he is. This is disgusting to watch, but I have to watch it again with you guys. He is now laughing at a person who's immigrating to another country and asking the leader for help.
Vladimir Vladimirovich.
I'm sorry, I don't even want to watch this. It's just like, just imagine saying on camera, "Dear Vladimir Vladimirovich," as an Australian citizen. But yeah, the thing is that after this address to Putin they shot on their channel, they actually got into Russian news here. They were in Russian TV, interviewed about like whatever, reasons why they choose Russia instead of the, the terrible West that's full of, gay agenda. So yeah, they've been on TV, and also she has like videos why the day of victory is super important. And I agree it's important. It's just...
Okay. So this is where the receipts start to come out, guys. Pay attention, please. Pay attention, please. Everybody calm down, because we are going to get to a very important part of this live. He calls this girl out for asking Vladimir Putin for help for residency. Now, if you don't know, this guy moved to Portugal, okay? This guy moved to Portugal. And he has been, when he got to Portugal, he was making so many videos about how Portugal is not giving him residency, how he is miserable in Portugal because he's not able to get any help. And it's truly, truly nice to see karma bite him in the ass. As we're going to see here, here we go. Check this out, guys. This is unbelievable. Pay attention because now this is where he admits to doing the same thing. This is where he does the same thing.
What we're getting to the clickbait of the video, how I sued Portugal. It is a bit clickbaity. I mean, it's a process that goes through the courts, but I didn't really sue Portugal. What I actually did is that I filed a civil complaint to the immigration here, essentially, for taking a long time with the processing of my documents, right?
Okay. I'm going to replay that because I feel like that some of you are not paying attention. He put a civil complaint against the government of Portugal for taking a long time to administer or look over his visa application or his residency. And the title of his video was called I Sued Portugal. So he makes fun of this girl for making a video for help towards the Russian government. But in Portugal, he files a complaint against the Portuguese government for not filing his papers fast enough. This is the hypocrisy of this guy. Let's look at this again, man, because this is hilarious. This is hilarious, man. This guy is absolutely embarrassing.
And this is exactly what we're getting to the clickbait of the video, how I sued Portugal. It is a bit clickbaity. I mean, it's a process that goes through the courts, but I didn't really sue Portugal. What I actually did is that I filed a civil complaint to the immigration here, essentially, for taking a long time with the processing of my documents, right? It all happened pretty randomly, actually. I met a lawyer here, a Portuguese lawyer here, who's actually a fan of mine, and he offered to help me for free with this process because he was also annoyed at what I have to go through, essentially. And credit where credit's due, Portuguese people are usually, pretty compassionate when you tell them these stories. They're like, yeah, it sucks, we know. So it's not.
All right. He goes on to say that this lawyer contacted him and was so angry at the Portuguese government as well for mistreating him because his residency wasn't being processed fast enough. This is a Russian who moved to Georgia and cried about life in Georgia. Then he moved to Portugal and cried about life in Portugal until finally he got his EU residency permit or something like this. But the entire time he's crying about it, he's making fun of Westerners who are looking for a better life in Russia and asking directly towards the president in the language, by the way. If you notice, that woman asking the president of Russia, she asked it in Russian. And she's not a Russian speaker native. But this guy, crybaby Roman, goes to Portugal, can't think of 5 words in Portuguese, and is already angry and suing the government of Portugal. So this is the kind of guy that we're dealing with. And we're making this content, we're making this video because he needs to stop the BS. If he's man enough, he would do a live, where I interview him and I ask him like, what's going on in there? But I doubt that he can think for himself. A lot of the things that he says look like they're paid for by someone who's controlling his little brain. Okay, so we're going to continue. And he's absolutely entitled, guys, absolutely entitled. We're going to continue on with the show. I want to say thank you to the new member. And if we have any members, guys, if we have any members, please spam the Zelensky troll emoji because Roman is essentially the Zelensky troll, ungrateful troll that we have saved on our emojis in our live. If you know our channel, we do have this little Zelensky goblin, and it not only represents Zelensky, but now it also represents Roman. Why? Because he's an ungrateful goblin. He moved to the European Union. Nobody cared. Nobody cared to criticize him. All of this started because he took shots at me. He took shots at me directly, saying that I'm a Westerner and I'm privileged and I shouldn't have an opinion about people like him who are unprivileged people. So if you don't have the Green Goblin emoji, go ahead and put the poop if you'd like. Uh, Here we have, by the way, Eric. Yes, Eric, thanks for the membership. I appreciate you guys. Um, yeah, the ungrateful goblin is a reoccurring theme in these lives, it appears. So we're gonna continue on with the show here, but I think it's just really important that you understand that his rage has no limits. Now we're gonna move on to the segment where he absolutely hates Americans. All right, so I hope you're enjoying this show, and let's continue, man, because it's gonna get really good now. Here we go.
As a Russian who pretty much lived in Russia for his entire life and then left Russia a little bit over a year ago due to the entire political situation and the censorship going on, I've always found it really fascinating that there's Westerners out there who've been born in the first world democratic countries that end up as a Russian
Oops.
who've been born in the first world democratic countries.
Okay, absolutely fast pause there. Absolutely fast pause there. He hates us. They hate us because they ain't us. And you know what? Like this passport to me, obviously I'm an American, but I also have this one. And even this one, I'm like, okay, it's just a passport. But he just cannot stand these type of passports. And there's a lot of Russians who left Russia who cannot stand people with other passports. We don't choose where we're born, but you should never shit where you sleep. You should never bite the hand that feeds you. And I think that this young man never grew up with morals. I think that he grew up entitled. I think he grew up so entitled that he became what he is now, right? So let's go on here and continue.
That end up simping for Russia and Putin and essentially saying that Russia is actually a more free country than America and the rest of the West. I've already talked about characters like this on the channel before. We've also reacted to a bunch of these Z-Westerners on this channel that basically make these propaganda videos.
And if you notice there, let me move back here because maybe you missed it.
Or we've also reacted.
So if you notice right here on this thumbnail, and he's talking about Z-Westerners, he already mentioned that these are Z-Westerners, but on the other one, he's saying, oh, they're not all Z-Westerners. Like, he cannot keep a consistent timeline or a consistent truth, I guess, going on. He is absolutely embarrassing. He can't tell the truth. Roman first ran for Yerevan, Armenia. Iran has been very close to Armenia for the last 20 years. Something's going on with my damn alerts. Oh, there we go. There we go. Oh man, the Iranian Putin really blessing the stream again. Holy crap. Well, welcome to the membership, boys. This is gonna ring it up, ring it up, ring it up. You just broke my alert box, dude. I didn't even notice what you did. Oh my God, man. Thank you so much. By the way, guys, if you are new members to this channel, you have to make sure to Giga Chat the Iranian Putin. This gives you the ability to use our emojis, guys. These are our emojis. You have to Giga Chat them. This is how it works, man. I love you, brother. You know I do. Thank you so much for the donations. Thank you so much for the support. This is a perfect intermission. We're going to let the memberships roll out. And this is crazy. Thank you so much again, man. Really, if you just got membership because you're watching this stream and you got blessed by the Iranian Putin, you got to Giga Chat him up, man. Give him W's in the chat if you don't have the emojis. But for all of those members, put up the freaking Giga Chat for the Iranian Putin for coming through. And the alerts are just going to keep coming. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, Giga Chat them. It's the freaking members emojis, bro. So when you get members gifted to you, on this live stream, on this channel. Whoever gives the memberships, they are randomly generated to people, and that's how it works. So, Iranian Putin, thank you so much, man. It really broke the alert box. Holy crud. They're just gonna keep going, man. Hey there, love your channel. Your journey in Russia is learning example for us in America. It's refreshing to see hear of life of your part of Russia. Hey man, thank you so much. Thank you so much, man. And listen, we make these lives because nobody else does. There's an entire community of immigrants, but not nobody speaks up against these things, and it's not giving him attention. He hates when we do this. It gets under his skin. That's why we do it, because he knows that he has a bigger audience, and he knows that he can dox people, he can ruin people's channels, and he hates when we do this. And this is kind of a way of getting back at the machine that he is. So when people tell me don't waste your time, this is not time wasted. This is just equalizing what's so unbalanced. And again, Iranian Putin, thank you so much. The alerts are still going through, bro. Hopefully you guys can hear. It's freaking awesome to have you on here, man. Thank you. As a Romanian, I understand everything your channel is about. My wife is half Ukrainian, half Russian. And since moving to Russia, I live better than the EU. Hey, congratulations, Trolek. Welcome, and I hope you have a beautiful life, man. Is it possible to make my voice sound higher? No, maybe put up volume. I'm sorry, my microphone might not be good. And the dude, I don't even know. It says 20, but it feels like you donated like 50. Thank you so much, bro. He told in one of his old videos that he was bullied in school and had no friends because he was overweight. Oh, that explains everything. He was bullied and he became the bully. He's a bully and he became the bully. By the way, you need to have gifted selected in the options to receive a gifted membership. Thank you for explaining how it works. Thank you again, Iranian Putin. I have no idea what's going on. Just remember where we left off. Blitzkrieg just subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing. Remember, alerts don't only come up when you become a member. Alerts also happen when you subscribe, and obviously the donations, monetary donations. But I do love seeing the subscription ones because you write in on a bear. We like that. We like seeing that. We like seeing that. So thank you so much for subscribing. Let's continue on with the show, guys. If you're enjoying the show, please put a W in chat. I really am trying my best to keep this in order and exposing how hypocritical this guy is. Yes, I ate my Easter eggs. After this next segment, we're going to go into the chat and we're going to answer some of your guys' questions. But please put W's in chat if you're enjoying this. I am working on a new episode on another YouTuber who recently turned into a propagandist. And I'm enjoying these types of live contents because these people need to be called out. I also do building live streams in the morning. Alexander, welcome to the subscription. Welcome to the channel. I do all types of content, right? So here we go. We left off where he's gonna talk about Americans. Check this out.
So a bunch of these Z-Westerners on this channel that basically make these propaganda videos saying that Russia is the greatest country with the greatest opportunity and the most freedom in the world. And usually these things are just said by people who live in a Moscow bubble where they live in the center of a huge European city, and they essentially portray that the entirety of Russia is just like Moscow and that there's nothing really to complain about. And as a Russian who grew up in provincial Russia, the city of Chelyabinsk, I've always found all of this very ironic and hilarious. So in today's video, guys, I decided to...
All right, so we're gonna look at this video But we wanted him to tell his full story. And the Iranian Putin is right. We don't let crooks like this guy get away. We don't let people like him get away, because this is the channel, the one and only channel where we say things how they are, and we have receipts to prove these things. In this opening video that we just went over, he talks about Westerners who go to Moscow and St. Petersburg and they do propaganda videos. Well, guess what? He's from Chelyabinsk and I'm from Irkutsk Oblast, in a small town called Slyudanka. I am making my videos. I think my channel is one of the bigger ones for immigrants in Russia, and I am not living in that bubble that he's talking about. So he's already classifying everyone in this bubble. He thinks that everybody is living in Moscow and St. Petersburg. The people who he made fun of in the very beginning of this live live in Siberia. They work every day from sunrise to sunset to build their homes. I know a lot of YouTube channels like Countryside Acres, the Rebel Life Guy, the Australian Family. These people live out in the outback and they're building something with their own hands. So Roman is angry and putting them all in the same bubble. Absolutely hypocritical of him. He grew up in a big city, and he said himself that he was bullied and now he becomes the bully. Let's continue with the segment here.
Well, I think
Now, this next part is, guys, and you need to really pay attention, turn the volume up, okay? This next segment is going to be Americans in Russia being interviewed. Pay attention, hear what they're saying, but don't look at them. Look at the reaction from Roman, okay? Do not look at the American, look at the reaction of Roman. Don't even look at me, okay? So don't even look at me. Look at the reaction of Roman. Here we go.
There are a lot of reasons. I believe that the woke culture is spreading, and it's a virus. And I believe that coming to Russia, you're able to stay away from that toxicity, that nonsense.
Woo! There we go. My favorite part, guys. Yes, so this is why I was hating on this guy almost right at the start of the video. He's about to go gamer mode. What figures, guys? A guy who's like a digital nomad.
So he can't stand when people say woke, because he is the king of the Russian woke group. He cannot stand when American or foreigners come to Russia and say, I don't like woke. So Kite says, said the guy who's only is in Lisbon, not outside of the Portuguese countryside or another city. Like, exactly. Holy crap, exactly. The guy moves to Lisbon and he's like, oh yeah, this is the greatest life. I'm in the European Union. Really good point. I didn't bring this up, but you know what? It makes perfect sense. He's literally talking about people who live in Moscow and St. Petersburg, but he himself is living in the capital city because he cannot survive outside of the capital. Oh man, it's freaking hilarious. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way, brother. It's honestly, to me, it doesn't make sense why you would be. Okay, I'm gonna slow down and say this as clear as I can. Roman, why would you make it so easy to make you look bad? You say things and you do the same things. So you cry about some things and then you do them as well. You need to stop, man, and we're gonna keep calling you out. Navid Fazeli says, been to Veliki Novgorod, Pskov, and Ivanovo. Beautiful towns. Roman is the real propagandist here. Yeah, so listen, the problem with people like him is that he has to sell Russia as being the worst, because his channel started off the stereotypical Russia. And it grew to what it is now because he really invested in stereotypical Russia. The Russia that stopped existing after it became what it is now. Russia is every day bettering itself, guys. Russia is not a country that is staying in the past. It is modernizing as best as it can. I live in the freaking outback. I am the perfect example. I am here looking at what Siberian towns are doing. And I've seen change in 3 years that I've lived in Russia. So when someone like him is saying it is disgusting out there, no, dude. I know the truth. I'm out here. You're not. You're in freaking Lisbon. Okay, I'm out here in the trenches in Siberia knowing the reality of what Russia is. So we're going to continue on with the segment. Will you talk with him in video call? Is it possible to arrange? Perhaps that would be an interesting. Yeah, so I'm trying to do it, but he would never dare. He would never dare. A lot of you guys want this to happen, but he would never dare. He would say that he was just gonna give me an audience. He like his excuses would be my channel's too small or I'm a propagandist. But dude, I'm not Russian. I just literally made a video saying that I'm not Russian and I have nothing to do with Russia because I am a tourist right now. And not like him where he moves to another country and begs for residency. I'm doing things the right way. All right, guys, let's continue with the segment here. This is going to get really, really good here. I promise. This is where it gets funny. Now, I'm going to replay. Thank you, Mario. Good job. Thank you, Mario. I'm going to replay what we just saw. Please pay attention, guys. This is where it gets hilarious. This is where it gets really, really funny. Remember, don't look at me, look at him, okay? Look at him.
It's a virus, and I believe that coming to Russia, you're able to, stay away from that toxicity, that nonsense.
Woo! There we go. My favorite part, guys. Yes, so this is why I was hating on this guy Amos right at the start of the video. He's about to go gamer mode. What figures, guys? A guy who's like a digital nomad, crypto expat, who runs his own online casino and scams people, basically. By the way, that's officially illegal in Russia. Just want to let you know, my guy. So this crypto expat is talking about how Russia is based because it doesn't have a new woke culture. Bro, are you like best friends with wealthy expat or something? That guy that was talking about how you need to move to Russia to escape the woke mob in the West or whatever? It's hilarious. You guys are like absolute NPCs.
So he's calling everybody NPCs who moves to Russia. Let's continue. Let's finish off what he has to say and look how funny it's gonna be.
They say that, America is the home of the free and the brave, but we're not able to think freely and have our own opinions, in a sense that if you don't agree with what's going on with the woke community, then you could, lose your job, lose your bank account, and get canceled and all these other things. And people feel like Russia's a safe space for them to be able to be themselves.
Yeah, fucking morons do that. I've already talked about this precisely in my Stop Analyzing Russia video. Imagine.
All right. Now we're going to look at the next clip. Remember, he just cannot stand Americans moving to Russia because of what they believe in. Now look at this clip. This is where it gets hilarious.
So long story short, it's basically a total victory for Russia from what it seems like right now. And as an anti-Putin Russian, I'm not happy to admit this in the slightest. But at this point, guys, I mean, who is surprised? There's a lot of people in the Trump cabinet that went to talks with Ukraine who are completely insane, like Jack Posobiec, for example, who's just basically an anti-Ukrainian right-wing extremist. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of the United States, gave an insane speech at the Munich Security Conference, essentially saying that Europe has lost its way because they no longer abide by the traditional values that they share with the United States or whatever. I mean, makes a lot of sense because Russia and the United States right now, they do coincide in their traditional values, right? Like recently Trump passed an executive order that there's only 2 genders. So Russia can't even say that they're fighting against like Western gender ideology anymore and Western degeneracy. Now, America and Russia are on the same side.
America and Russia are on the same side. America and Russia are on the same side. When he made this video, man, before he made this video, he used to be on the ball sack of America. He used to be on the ball sack. He couldn't wait to leave Russia and find his ungrateful green goblin ass in the United States. But now that America is not woke anymore, oh, he's crying about it. oh, America and Russia are on the same side now. And this next part is freaking hilarious. This is hilarious. Look at his little sad face. He's so sad.
This meme right here where Americans
Look, this meme right here really got him triggered. Has anybody ever seen this meme, by the way, guys? Have you guys ever seen this meme? Let me know. Have you ever seen the meme where the United States is hugging Russia? By the way, Gishak, welcome to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. Have you guys ever seen this meme? I remember when the president of Ukraine came to the United States, and the United States was like, "Nah, we're not gonna keep giving you weapons." This meme came out, and America essentially became homies. Homies, they're not really homies, but you know, this is one of the memes that came out after the meeting with the president, and it's freaking hilarious, man. It's like flipping off Ukraine, and he can't stand that. He can't stand that because he wants Russia to lose so bad. This guy doesn't, he says he hates only Putin. Hey, thank you so much for the donation. NFKRZ is a lowlife. He's projecting a lot. Yeah, man, like it's crazy. Hey, Wookie, thank you so much for the member donation. Alex Oliveira got blessed. Nice. Welcome to the membership gang. Make sure, Alex, if you're watching this stream, to Giga Chat up Wookie. That's freaking awesome, man. There you go. Welcome to the membership of the channel. By the way, I love how many members we have now because I will be streaming a Victory Day parade live. I'm going to be going live probably all day on Victory Day. It's going to be the Great Patriotic War Memorial, right? And just stay tuned, guys. Iranian Putin and Wookiee just blessed a lot of people, so just make sure that you know what's happening. May 9th, I'm going to put the stream up as soon as possible. That's going to happen. But as I was saying, guys, this meme came up, and it shows you his hate for Russia. He hates Russia, but he keeps saying that he only hates Putin. He hates all of Russia, and he hates all of immigrants who come to Russia. So, Alex Oliveira, bro, you got to Giga Chat him up. You know the rules. You know the rules. He hates all of Russia. Look at him explain why he hates this meme. It's ridiculous. Like, he can't stand it, man. I don't get it.
defends Russia from Ukraine has become a reality. And look, I know that there's a lot of Americans right now who obviously don't approve of this, who are freaking out that Trump is meeting up with Putin, you know. However, honestly, guys, at this point, I'm not really that surprised. You know, the world order is crumbling. America is being destroyed. You know, I'm not exactly surprised that Trump met up with Putin, to be honest.
America is being destroyed. So the majority of Americans vote for one president, and the Americans vote for a president that they want change, but in his eyes, in his woke mind, America is being destroyed. This is the problem with Roman. He cannot cope. He's like the classic woke person in the United States. Now, I'm going to show you what he used to look like, and then you're going to see what he turned into, okay? Because he hates Americans. He hates everything. I'm going to show you something right now. And this is really important, so please stay tuned, guys, because this is the kind of stuff that I've been trying to get ready for you guys. All right, here we go. Let me just maximize this. So on the thumbnail, if you saw the thumbnail, guys, this is him when he was younger, okay? This is him when he was younger, and he's actually has the Russian flag on his shoulders, I think. I think it's a Russian flag. I don't think it's a freaking hoodie or anything. It's a legitimate it's a legitimate flag. It's not a sweater of any kind. 1 second, my internet's going down a little bit. Let me Let me get this ready. Let me know if you guys could still hear me. I have some drop-in frames here. Boop. Hopefully you guys can still see me and hear me. Let me just move something around here. Oops. 1 second. All right, we're good. So as you can see here, guys, a normal young man, and as somebody said earlier, guys, he used to be bullied. Like he was bullied at this time for being overweight. And when you become bullied, you have the possibility of becoming the bully. And that is what happened, guys. He got bullied and he turned into what you're seeing. But because of his ideology, he turned into this thing, right? Like he turned into this. The internet fame and all of that he got, he turned into this woke looking thing that we're looking at here. I used these photos on the thumbnail because it was a perfect representation of he was just a young man who got bullied into being what you're looking at. And you know, I'm not hating on it. I'm not the type of person to hate, but dude, bullying should not push you to be a woke person who makes you hate your own country. It's very sad that he got pushed into being yeah, like he literally turned into whatever Master P2K said. I can't say it. But you can see, man, it's very unfortunate that he got bullied into what he has become. He not only hates himself, but he hates everybody who's coming to live to Russia, and he hates everybody who's not Russian. That tells you a lot, man. That tells you a lot. Guys, let's talk serious here. During this entire almost 1 hour live stream so far, and we're not ending, by the way, we're not ending yet. We started this live where he shows hate towards immigrants coming to Russia. He shows hate towards the people who don't believe things that he does, like the people who moved to Russia, but he also hates people who are not Russian, just in general. And he also hates Russians, and he hates governments that don't do what he says. Okay, so this guy is filled with hate. I think that the bullying really got to him. I think that the bullying turned him into the monster that he is, because he got a little bit of power or a little bit of success and he turned it into an entire image. He made himself a demon. Let's continue here. I'm going to put in my mouse and I have something to show you guys. He hates everything. And I'm going to show you where it all started, why we're making this live. So I'm going to show you why we're making this live, guys. On the last live that we were doing, he made stories on his Instagram. He directly attacked me and he made a story on his Instagram. This guy is not new to trying to dox people or ruin people's lives. Now, what I'm doing is different. I'm using his videos against himself. He says things about other people and he acts differently when it's his personal life. He's hypocritical in real life. I'm not like him, right? So when he does this to me and he puts it on his Instagram saying this is the most pathetic YouTuber in existence, bro is literally a veteran who took part in America's imperial wars and is moved now to Russia and goes around screaming about Western hypocrisy. Yeah, dude, because guess what? I'm straight up real at all times. I'm a proud United States American, but I'm also proud Mexican citizen, and I'm also proud to be living in Russia, and I notice the differences and I talk about them. I talk about them from a first point of view. You talk about them from a fairy tale. Every time you compare the West to Russia, you've never been in the West. You're only a resident in Lisbon right now. You're not leaving the town. You're not working for a living. You're doing nothing. So this is why we're doing this live. He made this story, but he also put this on his story. So he tried to dox me. My guy, you literally took part in what America did as a soldier. I'm a Marine, by the way. But now he's obviously remorseful for the war crimes. So he's projecting or trying to say that I've committed war crimes and that I'm trying to justify Russia's war. No. So again, this guy is always lying and he's always trying to project. And so we're gonna continue this show, but just know that he asked for this himself, and he came after one of our subscribers. So he came after one of our subscribers, and I'm gonna show you what happened. And this is a big shout out, man. My boy's not here, but he's in my memory. Red Star guy, bro. Red Star guy, one of our subscribers. He wrote to this guy and he got this response. Let me show you 1 second. So one of our subscribers, guys, wrote to him about what he was doing, and this is Roman's answer. By the way, pay attention. This is like legitimate stuff. Roman wrote to one of our subscribers because one of our subscribers commented on his story and said, dude, you're out of line. And this is what Roman had to say. It's impossible for, oh no, so. Also, thank you for shouting out this guy. I'll check him out. So Roman replies to this guy saying, get off my dick, little bro, replying to every effing story with hey, because you're a seething megatard. Fuck you and fuck America with triple K's. So this is Roman, guys. This is Roman just hating Americans who don't agree with his wokeness. And that's the majority of Americans. He lost a lot of support when he went super woke. And he got paid to go woke, as we all know now. He got paid to go woke, but just writing America with 3Ks, bro, America is still the capital of the woke. There's still a shit ton of woke people in America. And now you're bashing all Americans? This is crazy. This is crazy because he is exposing himself. He is exposing himself for what he is, a woke, Russian hating monster. He hates Russians and he hates the rest of the world because he was not born somewhere else. You don't get to choose where you're born, bro. And you get to choose how you act. And you act like a total monster. You hate people and you treat people like garbage. Writing KKK for America like that is disgusting. Because I'm pretty sure that America funded your videos for a long time. You're a legit propagandist. While me, I'm over here building a random ass house in the middle of nowhere. I don't care to prove anything to anyone. I tell my story how it is. I've been to the United States. I've lived there. I've served the United States. Now I live in Russia like a normal immigrant and I'm just chilling. You have so much to prove and you do it in such a hypocritical way. It's disgusting. And I know that he watches these things because he posts my lives on his freaking Instagram. Let's continue on with this live now. That's enough. It's going to get really good now because this next guy is going to definitely burn him. Check this out. Here we go, guys. Please, again, listen to what the people say and look at the reaction of Roman. Look at what the people say and look at his reaction. It's going to really tell you his mentality. Hello from Alabama. God bless Alabama. Beautiful state. Remember, guys, pay attention to what his face is. And yes, I put dislike because he's a freaking monster for this. Pay attention to how he acts. Here we go, guys.
I see it in America. And the real reason is because he's not a Russian citizen. He doesn't know what it's like. He doesn't know the fear. Короче, блядь, не пуганный еще, если проще сказать. But I think, guys, there's actually a very huge chance that this might change.
I'm just, honestly, like I said, I'm treated better here. I'm invited to more events. Like, I was at St. Petersburg Economic Forum last week. I was,
Z. You're Z. Like, what's...
Okay, he's Z because he's in university and he went to a freaking meeting. He goes to university and he gets invited places, but he's Z. It blows my mind. Let's continue.
I have to say?
Treated better here. I'm invited to more events. Like, I was at St. Petersburg Economic Forum last week. I was,
Z. You're Z. Like, what do I have to say?
University in Russia for a study of international relations. I attended, and I'm graduating right now. So I just feel like I'm treated better here. And there's just more opportunity.
Yeah, because you're literally like a you're literally a white monkey in Russia. You do realize that, right? Like how they have white monkeys in China, and they essentially want to police foreigners and create like a good environment for them, so then they go and then spread Russian propaganda. Congrats, bro. You live in a bubble, and your life is nothing like the lives of 140 million of other Russian people. I don't think...
That is very ironic that you should say that, Roman, because you are outside of Russia, making anti-Russian propaganda, living like the 1% in Lisbon, while the rest of Lisbon is starving. So you're like one of those, and you call them a white monkey, which is so racist. You call that guy a white monkey, but what are you, bro? You're making propaganda. You're living way better than the average Portuguese person, and you're so entitled. Bro, it's ridiculous how bad you made yourself look in this video. And we have the receipts. Again, we're using your own footage to make you look like the monster that you are. You called this young man a Z person because he's in Russia studying in university. Let's continue.
I think you care though, and I think you're fully aware of that actually. But again, I'm hating on this guy because he's gonna say some crazy shit in this video.
Honestly, I think I'm treated better in Moscow than I am in the US. I think as a straight white male, I think I'm treated better.
Guys. Interesting take, let's hear him out.
And it's kind of ironic because as an American citizen, I'm treated better here than I am there. And I think one of the reasons for that is because I think meritocracy is almost dead in America. I think affirmative action completely killed meritocracy.
My lord. Okay, you're anti-affirmative action. I mean, I get it, dude. You just don't want people who've been born in worse social circumstances, people who have been marginalized due to the color of their skin or sexuality and whatnot, right? You don't want these people to have the same chance at life and, at studying at a university or whatever as you, because I guess maybe you believe these people are beneath you, you're a straight white male, so you should be, given preferential treatment in America. That is like...
Says the straight white male in Europe, reaping the benefits of being a hateful person. Listen, you're not American, Roman. You'll never be American. You don't know what the life is like in America. The guy is growing up in a generation where being white male is very hard. Just because you're woke, or I don't know what you identify as, but just because you won't fight to have a better life, you'll just run away and act like you're being oppressed. This guy is being straight up honest, and he's talking about what other people feel. There are even many colored people who don't like affirmative action. In Spain and Portugal, there are young people that earn only 200 to 300 euro. Oh my gosh. So that is what I'm talking about. Like he is so privileged, but he looks down on the people who are less privileged. I'm not gonna continue. Let's keep listening him out. It's ridiculous.
I'm gonna say, bro. How is this like so perfect every time? You know what I mean? Why are all these like red-pilled Americans who live in Russia, who like idolize Russia, why do all of them say the same thing?
But in Russia, I mean, meritocracy, it seems like it's alive and well. I mean, at the university, it seems like...
Let's hear him out.
All my classmates are like super smart and super hardworking. So that's one of the things that I like about living in Russia. I'm just treated better here. It seems like. That's just my personal experience.
All right, so
All right. Can you guys give me a few of your thoughts? Like, I'm gonna read some of your guys' thoughts. You've seen some of these clips that we've been watching. It's time now to read some of your guys' thoughts. If you've been watching this show from the beginning, you know what we've been talking about. Give me some of your thoughts, guys. I'm gonna read some of them out loud, and I will give you my opinion on what you guys are thinking, because this is absolutely insane. This guy never gets called out, and you see his views have been dropping. His content has gone crazy low compared to what he was getting before. He is really reaching right now. I'm not a professional YouTuber, but I'm pretty sure that I can tell that his channel is really, really going down because he's been so hateful lately. Hey, no worries, Vaughn. Welcome to the live, brother. Happy Easter. Let me know, guys. What am I doing? Hi, Ibre. I'm just doing a live right now, man. Life in Russia often values tradition, unity, and resilience over individualism. That's right. In Russia, this is a little bit more common. It's not about the individual, and I think that he doesn't. No way, Raul. Sorry, guys. So Raul Godoy, can you tell us what do you think, Raul Godoy, about this Russian immigrant in Portugal who makes a lot of money talking about how he doesn't like the Portuguese government because they took so long to process his Portuguese residency? We have a real Portuguese guy here who can give us his opinion. Dan, Roman was once threatened with a knife by an alcoholic. He broke his nose, made him buy vodka for him. That's horrible, man. I feel bad for him. That should have never happened. Oh, thank you so much, Mickey. Mickey says, my thoughts, Parmesan cheese smells funny, but it tastes great on meatballs. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Thank you so much for donating, man. That was pretty funny. Ranulf says, Roman doesn't have an argument. I know lots of conservative Westerners who do have better experience in Russia than their home countries. I was treated better in Japan and Korea than the United States too. That's right. So you see that it's not only Russia that gives you better treatment. Other countries, you do feel that you're treated better. And that brings a really good point. Thank you so much for sharing your comment. Good morning from Los Angeles, says Alejandro Muniz. Good morning. Good morning. Russia is collectivist. That's right. Mike Smithis says Roman watched too much Russian opposition content and can't think for himself. That's what I think. A trash streamer of sorts gathers the same crazy people around him. Yeah, so he has a community built around him, and it's definitely the same mentality. I'm wondering who's controlling these people. Yeah, he doesn't know what traditional America is. So that's the point that I'm trying to make. He doesn't know what America is, and he talks about it so often, or he talked about it so often because he used to be on our nuts. Anywhere in the world will treat you right if you're an honest and not hypocritical. Yeah, hallelujah. That's right. How's it been for you trying to learn the language? It's a hard language, man, and I'm not going to be fluent anytime soon. It's a hard language. I have too much German in my mind, so when I try to speak Russian, the German just comes out. Hello from Guatemala. ¿Cómo estás, Chapín? Hola, buenos días. He should visit for a month with all of the YouTube money. Yeah, listen, the guy is out of his mind. He doesn't know anything. He's never had to live a real life. I think that he was internet famous. I don't think he's ever had a real job. And I think that's why he treats people so badly, because he treats people like they're beneath him at all times. It is what it is, man. Vaughn, thank you so much, brother. His US aid money. ran out, so views go down. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about, man. At some point in his life, he was definitely working for someone, because a lot of the streamers were making the same type of content. And, I would never sell my soul like that. We're doing this live stream, but we're not like him, and I never want to be like him. So we're going to continue on with the stream. We're going to be looking at a couple of these channels, right? We've been talking about Roman, but I want to show you some of the channels that he considers Z Westerners. And these are some Westerners that live inside of Russia. And we're going to look at their content, and you're going to decide. You're going to decide if it's propaganda or not. We did this with the Russian streamers who left. We did this with the Russian streamers who left Russia. Mario, long live Russia. Thank you, bro, for the donation. By the way, look at that nice, cute little gif. Spasiba. Spasiba, bratan. Guys, I'm going to be showing you Western channels inside of Russia, and you're going to have to tell me if it's propaganda. We're going to compare it with some of the channels that we've seen from people who left Russia. So, 1 second. Let me just get this ready for you. I'm gonna load a couple channels for you, all right? And this is just gonna be random people from all over the world who've come to Russia. And hopefully, if you do watch them, guys, go to their channel and let them know that I shouted them out. I'm trying my best to be part of the community, but even you would be surprised. Even in this community, there's really, really mean people. really mean people. Let's see, 1 second. Let me pop these out for you. Oops. I'm trying to find the damn channel. Okay, here it is. Here it is. One more channel, guys. Stay with me. Stay with me. We're going to get back to this soon. Thank you, Anonymous, for subscribing. Thank you so much again, Mario, for the donation. Stay tuned, guys, because we're moving on to a segment that's very, very important. How do the locals treat me? They treat me really good, man. Vaughn, thank you again for the donation. Dan, do you have family since you the spices, ingredients to have some real Mexican food? Brother, I'm planting the ingredients this year in our garden. You saw we have raised beds. On our channel, we've been showing you how we grow, how we have gardens. I've been growing stuff. We're going to grow the ingredients this year, Vaughn. Thank you so much for the support, brother. This year, I'm going to make my own salsa, whether it's with my own chilies or not. Okay, guys, here we go. Yes, please do hit like, and we're moving on to a very important segment of this video. Here we go. Boop. Close that, close that, close that. I'm closing a lot of windows, guys. We've been everywhere today. We've literally been everywhere, man. Two more channels, actually. I have to open up... Oh, man, this is perfect, guys. This is perfect. Listen, guys. Thank you so much for subscribing. Guys, I am going to show you something. We're going to be comparing Russians who left. And look at this. This guy is one of the biggest traitors to Russia. This guy is one of the fakest people. His name is Sanctioned Ivan. This is the guy that I'm going to be making a live next on. I'm going to be exposing Sanctioned Ivan in the next episode of this woke. I guess I'm going to make woke Russian segments. And he's actually live right now. So the next episode is going to be on this guy because he is a anti-Russian propagandist. And I'm going to be exposing him next. But we're going to be looking at channels that are from the sanctioned Boris Johnson. Oh man. So this is what I wanted to show you guys. We're going to be looking at these channels from foreigners in Russia, and you're going to decide whether they are propaganda or not. So right now we're looking at Rebel Life. Just look at the thumbnails, and you can tell me, does it look like Russian propaganda? Australian and American shopping in Russian town. It looks like he's a builder and he's doing a bunch of building stuff. Right? Does this look like Russian propaganda to you? It's a ton of construction. So he's living out in the outback and he is just building. Please let me know in chat. It's yes or no. Comment right now. Does this look like a Z Westerner that Roman was talking about? This is just one channel. Is this guy a Z Westerner? Type in chat yes if he is, and type in chat no if he's not. Let me know, guys, because I'm curious. These are the people that Roman was talking about. Does this look like Z propaganda from Westerners? Yes or no? And be honest. You can say yes if you want. If you're somebody who's watching from Roman's channel, go ahead and say whatever you want. But the proof is there. The proof is there. And you know, when we're talking about propaganda, guys, we're gonna be comparing it to a Russian who left. Okay, Sanctioned Ivan is live right now, but we're gonna be looking at Sanctioned Ivan's videos. And look at this, okay? Look at the difference. Look at the difference. Now we're looking at Sanctioned Ivan. This is a Russian who left Russia and has started making videos. And now you can see that this guy has a totally different view on his videos. He used to make traveling videos, but then out of nowhere, he started making videos like these. Russian's economy lives, Kursk region advance, and Russia wants to give land back. Is this the end? Russia breaking. Russia is breaking. Oh man, he's like so hateful against Russia. This is why I'm going to be making the next episode on Sanctioned Ivan, because nobody's called him out. And I had an actual live with him and I took it very easy on him. When Ivan went on live with me, he made me agree that I would not grill him. He told me, please just don't make it difficult. I don't really want to talk about certain things, and just let's try to be neutral. And he begged for me to treat him right. But if he agrees, guys, he's a smaller channel. He gets more views than my channel, but he is a smaller channel in general. And if you go and spam him on his live, if you get the chance, tell him to go live with me again, and you can see a live one-on-one, a person who betrays and hates his country and a person who is gonna be asking him things. So yeah, everyone on my channel has been telling me to watch your channel because I'm from the West and I'm thinking about moving to Russia. The Mr. J Show. Well, if you want, man, you can come on my channel and we can talk about it. But I'm gonna look, guys, let's do an operation, okay? Last live it got crazy. Let's make this live crazy too. I'm gonna link his live and tell him, go live with Wild Siberia, and then come back. Let's do it for like 5 minutes. Anybody who can go over there, let's go over there and tell him to go live with me and see what he says. Okay, guys, let's see what he says. Let's see, because he totally is one of those hypocritical people. Oh no, it's not live anymore. No. It said he was live. What a fail. Man, that's horrible. Well, oh well. It said he was live, but nothing we can do about it. I guess he ain't live no more. Oh wait. He was live. What's going on? Let's talk Russia.
And unsubscribing daily from the channel. Very nice, very successful, because a lot of people were like, we were watching you just because we wanted to learn how bad stuff is in Russia. And I'm like, I've had enough of this stuff. I want to do something else,
Oh my gosh, man. On the live, he got called out by someone. Look, on his live, he literally just said, yeah, I was watching you because I wanted to see how bad things are in Russia. His channel was geared over towards hate towards Russia, and he's apparently tired of it. So he is kind of moving away from hating Russia, but we're still going to be exposing him, all right, guys? He's still going to have his own episode. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. So let's look at other channels here. Uh, Here is another channel that I found. And this young lady, it's called Rural Russia. I am not subscribed to this one. Thank you so much for subscribing, by the way. I am not subscribed to this, but you guys are going to decide, is this Russian propaganda or is it just life? Emily, oh no, Emily, Elizabeth, there it is. It cut off on my screen. I don't know why I read Emily. Elizabeth, thank you so much for the donation. Spasiba. And Elizabeth, please do consider asking a question. I thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate you. But if you're going to donate, do ask me a question. I feel like I must give something back, you know? I love doing these streams and I love I love engaging with you guys. Guys, does this look like propaganda to you? She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's called Rural Russia. Guys, vote right now. Is this propaganda? Is this the Z people that Roman has been talking about? She is from the Netherlands and she moved to Russia. What could be bad about that? I don't know. Now, again, I'm not promoting these channels, but I am showing you these channels because they exist. They exist, man. And I am not the only channel, and I'm not afraid to show other people's channels. I know a lot of people in this community who don't work together, but I'm tired of the bullshit. So I'm doing these type of lives also to show the good people. So shout out to Rural Russia. You look really nice, and I don't think you're a Z person. Quite honestly, I think Roman's a lunatic. Here we have the Scottish in Russia. Now, I have big respect for this guy because he he makes videos with a Scottish accent because he's from Scotland, and I respect that. A lot of people can't understand, but you have to understand English to understand him. He's making videos just about life in Moscow. Just like his name says, he's a Scottish guy and he's in Moscow. Again, this looks nothing like Z stuff, nothing propaganda. There's nothing wrong with being out with girls, as long as you're respectful, right? I don't like when you only make content about women. That's crazy. But that's not him. He's just showing a bunch of stuff. Another channel that Roman might consider propaganda Z, but it's not true. I will talk about one propaganda person. I'm going to be talking about one propaganda person, and I agree with Roman on this one. 1 second. Check out Different Breed TV. Okay, let's check it out. Let's check it out. Different Breed TV. If you guys, you know what? If you guys have any recommendations of actual propaganda channels, I will consider looking at them. Different breed TV. Let's check that out. Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is bad, boys. This is bad. This is really bad. So here we have, as of International Legion. Oh man, this is really bad. So this is the type of channel that I really want people to stay away from. I don't support fighting on either side. It is not my job to fight in this conflict. But I especially do not suggest you to join. I actually made a freaking video about this, guys. I made a video talking about how you shouldn't be joining either side if you're a radical. If you're a radical, you shouldn't be fighting for Russia or Ukraine, because usually mercenaries are radical people. There are extremist people. And let me tell you right now, that guy right there, I don't even want to look at his channel anymore, brother. That is 100% propaganda. Without a doubt, people who have this type of channel are going to have people get in trouble or deleted. Holy crap, that is crazy. Yes, of course. I'm not on the right side of history according to many things in YouTube, but we continue. We do what we can here on this channel. We're just a humble, small little channel, okay, guys? Nothing more, nothing less. It is just what it is. By the way, guys, go check out my most recent video after this live. I'm just plugging it in because guess what? I need the support. This is how it works. So, I'm going to show you one more channel, and I honestly, it is nothing like these Z people that Roman was talking about. This is the girl who asked for residency. This channel that you're looking at, this is the young lady who asked for residency from the president Vladimir Putin. Does this look like propaganda to you, man? It's literally just random stuff in Russia. And she does it in Russian, man. That's brilliant. Here it is. This is where she gets her Russian citizenship, I believe.
Привет всем, это Сабрина из Russian Homestead Girl и добро пожаловать ко мне на канал. Сегодня очень классный день. Как вы знаете, я недавно получила российское гражданство. Так классно, наконец-то. Сегодня очень классно, потому что сегодня мы отмечаем это. Мы решили, у меня есть несколько вещей.
Nope, this girl is just a normal immigrant in Russia. Not a normal one, sorry. She speaks great Russian and, she makes content in Russian. So, Roman, you need to back off these people, man. This guy is... Yeah, you joined way too late, man. We've been going through this for quite a while. I'm going to dedicate the last 30 minutes of this live that we've been on to answering some of your guys' questions, all right? I've been having a lot of fun on this live. I really appreciate everybody's support. Let's just try. 1 second here. Let me see. Let's try if we can get some questions out of the way. We've had a lot of new members come through, and please let me know if you guys have any questions. I want to dedicate some time to the live chat. So go ahead. Did host talk about the Dutch guy that moved to Russia and started a farm with his family? Yeah, so you're talking about Countryside Acres. I forgot to show him. He was here queued. But the live from what's his name got me. Here it is. Here's Countryside Acres. This is the channel, this is probably the biggest channel in Russia. And this is the biggest channel in Russia for immigrants, I believe. This is an immigrant family, Dutch Canadian family, and they have the biggest channel in Russia. So obviously like he doesn't look like this Z person or a person who is brainwashed. If you look at his content, it's literally just farm stuff and like he went to go look at the captured things, but yeah, that happens, man. It's nothing unusual. I went to go look at the captured tanks. He had a farm in his native country. He sold all of his things and he moved to Russia, and he's building essentially what he had in Canada in Russia. That is nothing unusual. Looks absolutely normal. Yeah, the guy from Mariupol, I also had an interview with him. I would say that he is not neutral. He is more leaning towards what he leans to because of what he's lived through. You can't knock him for that, right? You can't knock him from being from one of those territories. He's lived through something much different than everyone else. We can't knock him for that. He has his bias. And I'm being straight up. I had an interview with him. He was very biased towards his views, and they were leaning towards pro-Russian, and but they were because of his circumstances. I would never shoot him down for that. That guy lived through what a lot of people say did not happen. So yeah, thank you for bringing him up, guys. I don't watch Traveling with Russell, but I know about him. He don't, channels like that I don't really watch because uh, I'm not interested so much in seeing stores or stuff like that. But I do see some. He does some interesting sports stuff or car stuff. Every once in a while, I will watch. Question: Can Roman be redeemed? Redeemed your thoughts? Can Roman be redeemed? Like, are you saying can he become a better person? No. Ah, we're dying. Wait a minute. Sorry guys, we got freaking got. We got. Sorry. Sorry about it. It happens. Well, listen, the live, I think I enjoyed it. We got hit by Chernobyl. We got hit. I don't know if we're still on. Um, but sometimes that happens, and it happens at the most strangest moments. It just sometimes the live, like last live I did, was not working. It was just getting hit, and it was not working. So, anyways, I wanted to answer some questions from the live because I think it's important. Uh, I really enjoy making you guys the center of the lives, and a lot of people kind of complain like, "Hey, you're all over the place." So I want to answer some questions. All right, so please go ahead and answer some questions. So ask some questions. Why the demon bashing, Dan? So we are making these lives because it's the equalizer. We do this because nobody else does. And I don't think that it's right. Dan, can you take NF? Oh, 100%. 100%, man. Tony's asking if I could take them. Yes, 100%. I don't think that, listen, it's just it's I have too much of an advantage. The guy is huge and I'm small, but I have an advantage. I have an advantage on my side. Congratulations on the new family. Thank you so much, man. Yes, my wife is pregnant and we're expecting to have our baby in October. That is amazing news. Nein, ich kann nicht Deutsch sprechen, aber ich war in Deutschland für ja, keine Ahnung, 2 Jahre. Ja, ich habe, nein, ich war in Deutschland für 2 Jahre und mein Scheiße, how do I say Arbeit? My job. I mean, I have German in my head, but not anymore, obviously, because I don't live in Germany anymore. But yes, I have German in my head, and I lived in Germany. So when I'm trying to learn Russian, I'll be like, "Hallo, guten Morgen," instead of Dobre Utra, because nobody says Dobre Utra in Russia. Nobody cares to say hello to you in Russia. So, like, if I was also saying, yeah, if I say, hello, how are you? You know, you don't just tell people in the streets, kak dila, but in Germany, like, was ist los bei dir? Right? We would just say, wie geht's es dir? Was ist los? You know, we would communicate in Germany. It's more talkative. And so it took me a long time to learn Russian because in Russia, people don't communicate with you unless they're your friends. So it took me a long time to get these little things in my head. I hope that makes sense. I don't know. Ja, mein Deutsch ist nicht gut, aber ich war in der Schule in Deutschland und ich habe Arbeit in Deutschland. Also mein Deutsch is elementary, okay? I speak kindergarten German. So I can't speak about Sasha in Russia right now, but she was banned and I can't speak on it and I'm not going to speak on it yet. But if in the future I can, I will speak about it and I think it's important. But right now it's not my business. Do you know your ethnic background? I know that you are Mexican, but it would be interesting to see my DNA. So I do have a lot of European blood. And my name is a true German name. I don't know if it's coincidence, but I do have a German name. My name is Adalbert. And I don't know, I've told you guys this before. My name is Daniel Adalbert Castellon. And when I was in Germany, the people thought I was German. Dan, everyone has a biased view when it comes to their personal experiences. Yeah, so I would say, okay, people have biases, but at least for when I do it, I can tell you that it's my bias and I can see it the other way. A lot of people cannot do that. That's the difference between why I make these types of videos and why I talk the way I talk, is because I can throw away my bias and look at things from both ways. It was my job in the military to do this. I think it's because of my military career that I could do this. When you have time to punish men and you have to lead men and it could be their lives, you have to think of every possibility. And that is what gave me my mentality. So TCW, I think that you're wrong. I think that, yes, everybody has a bias, but there are people who can speak from a non-biased point of view. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I do. Are there any immigrant communities in Russia? Yes, there are a lot of immigrant communities. I don't call them expats because this is ridiculous. Do you ice skate on that big lake? Yeah, man. Mario, dude, you missed some of our old lives. We actually went ice fishing on the Lake Baikal. Yeah, man. I do ice skate and I do ice fish on the lake. Deine Aussprache auf Deutsch ist ziemlich on point. Deine Aussprache auf Deutsch ist ziemlich on point. How do you think Germans and Germany compared to Russian and Russians? Oh man, this is a really good question because when I lived in Germany, I knew a lot of German Russians, a lot of Russian Germans that lived there. Dan, I want to rant a bit. Roman said shit about Russian soldiers. Yeah, I've already talked about that, man. And you know what? I can hit him up on that in the future, brother. Don't worry. I'll hit him up on that. Don't worry. But I want to tell you guys, there are a lot of Russians that live in Germany, but I think that they stay there because Germany is a lot more in order, right? The German way is very in order. And when I lived in Germany, I noticed that they like everything in order. So if you like to be in order, Germany is the place for you. In Russia, things are a lot more disorganized. I wouldn't say that it's a complete mess, but it is a lot of hecticness. When you work, if you see like a factory in Russia, it is a little bit different than the German one. But everybody knows this, and it is what it is. Um, Hello from Serbia. Do regular Russians have opinions about Serbs in Serbia? So all of my Russian friends love Serbians for some reason, and I think it's because just it's historical. A lot of Serbians love Russians and Russians love Serbians. That is like a forever, it's like a love story, guys. That's never going to change. Every time I talk to a Serb, they love Russians and the Russians love Serbians. I've never seen a world where that's not true. Guys, by the way, I'm going to be pinning my most recent video. If you would like to support me, please do click on that link and then save it to watch later, okay? That is my most recent video. I would like you guys to watch it because it's really important. It's about me not being Russian, and I think it's going to be a really good episode for you guys to watch. Dan, di algo en español para tus seguidores hispanohablantes aquí. All right, so Tony Snow wants me to say something in Spanish for the Spanish speaking subscribers. Pues no puedo decir nada más que muchas gracias por seguir este canal y soportar lo que hago. Obviamente hay muchos países que hablan español y yo he hablado español desde niño, pero mi español ya no es tan bueno ya que no lo uso diario. Mi esposa no habla español, no tengo a nadie con quien hablar español aquí en Rusia, así que mi español está fatal. Saludos a todos los que me estén viendo, que me entiendan este mensaje. Un beso y un fuerte abrazo, amigos. So yeah, thank you so much. Let me see. Roman is just full of arrogance that he can't influence anyone to rely on his channel. He's just a small version of CNN and BBC. Really, really, really well said. Yeah. Guys, let me know, please. Do queue up this pinned comment. This is my next video. When you guys have it pinned, queue it up on the next. Let me know if you did it, please, guys. This video is really important to me. It's like my love message to Russia in a way and to my unborn child, because I'm very proud to know that I'm going to have a child in Russia. And please get it ready. Click on that link, man. If you're just joining the stream, click on that link. It's my most recent video. You don't have to watch it now, but let me know that you have it queued up to watch so that I know. This is my most recent channel. It is pinned on the chat. It is my love message to Russia, to my wife, and to my unborn child. I take pride in who I am, and I think that it's very important to support or how could I explain it? I don't know. I just feel that I'm never gonna change. And in that video, I talk about okay, let me break it down, because I know some of you guys are not gonna watch it, but I say in that video that I'll never be Russian because I know what I am. And one of the comments, we concluded that it's better to be a good resident than a bad citizen, like Roman, like sanctioned Ivan. Those guys are citizens of Russia, and I'd rather be a good resident of Russia. Like, I want to get my residency the legal way in Russia. And essentially what I'm trying to tell you guys is that if you watch that video, you will see my heart being poured out. Mario blessing people with memberships, man. Thank you so much. Holy crap. Here we go again. Some of you guys who are getting memberships, you know what to do, guys. Giga Chad for Mario. Giga Chad Mario, please. Some of you guys just got free membership. It's time to Giga Chad Mario up. Thank you so much, my friend. Super, super cool, man. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, man. It means a lot. And welcome new members. Welcome new members, guys. You know, you guys who are getting memberships today, you will have the emojis for May 9th. So everybody who has memberships today is going to be able to celebrate the May 9th with the emojis that we have saved for May 9th. All right, so it's going to be an awesome May 9th. And just remember to come back on the live stream. It's going to be awesome. I think it's just going to be awesome. But yeah, again, please do have my next video ready to watch, guys. It is really important. I pour my heart out there. Dan, since you have a military background, you should check out Lazarev Tactical. He has a bunch of cool content. I'll check it out. Moscovite says, I'm really upset that different breed, they are lying to these young, impressionable men now. And yes, I understand, man. I understand. I will be attending the one in Irkutsk Oblast in Irkutsk City. I'm going to be attending the victory parade there. Hello, why do you choose to leave the military career? Really good question. So I left my military life because the war was over. We were no longer fighting the Taliban. We were giving our weapons away and destroying the bases that I built. A lot of the roads that I did route clearance on were given away to the Taliban. So I didn't want to take part in the military that was going to lose eventually. Joe Biden took away our military dishonorably, I think in 2021, and ended a tragic war. And we gave away all of our weapons. I foresaw that, so I left the military. I will be streaming the parade. Everything is going to be streamed live on this channel. Don't worry, guys. You will be there May 9th with me. I'm going to be making a live stream. You guys are going to be with me. And it's going to be freaking awesome. I was honorably discharged from the military, guys. A lot of people always ask like, hey, did you have to run away from the United States? Why did you leave the military and all of these things? No, I'm a well-decorated Marine. I did my time, but I was not going to stay in the military and lose the war on their grounds. Gothic Gamer says, I'm British and in England I celebrate May 9th. Congratulations and thank you so much for remembering the people who served to keep us out of the Nazis' grasp. We are coming up on 2 hours here soon, guys. It's been a very good live. I really appreciate all the support. But let's get some questions in, guys. Sorry if I've missed some of your questions. It's not my fault. The stream really goes by pretty fast. How much equipment? We left the billions of dollars there, man. Is MMA big in Russia? Yes, MMA is absolutely massive in Russia. Just started watching the stream. Roman became so puffy. Stop watching him after he went crazy. Saba Jamil says that. Yeah, man, that's what this live is about, man. It's exposing the hypocrisy that is Roman. And hopefully one day he's brave enough to go live with me. Dan, just like how Americans find Russians in the USA exotic, do Russians find you exotic? Yes, absolutely. Russians where I live are mind blown that I'm here. And I'm probably the first Mexican American they've ever met in their life. Really good question. Wild Siberia, what do you think are the minuses of mindsets of Russians and Germans? So I think that the Russians, one of the worst things, okay. The worst thing about Russians right now is the victim mentality that the youth is getting. A lot of the younger generation is growing up with the victim mentality. And this comes from thinking that they are victims of the entire world. Russia is not the enemy of the entire world. There is an entire continent like Africa that loves Russia. There are many countries that love Russia. And Russians think that they're being victims. It's going to make them weak. Victim mentality has proven to be a weakness in the United States. This is the worst trait that a Russian has. Greetings from Kiev. Welcome. Welcome. Jimmy, behave, okay? Don't be a crazy guy. Okay, there he goes. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Okay, first of all, I have a lot of Ukrainian neighbors, and a lot of Ukrainians live happy in Russia. Thank you for subscribing. Jimmy, there's a lot of Ukrainians who live happily in Russia, and you don't need to come in here with your Slava, whatever the hell, nobody cares, macaroni. Slava macaroni. Dude, this is not that kind of channel, dude. I have a Ukrainian neighbor who I love, and he's Ukrainian to the core, and Ukrainians, normal Ukrainians, are not enemies of Russians. Just so you know. You came to the wrong channel with your Slava macaroni. Okay, let's see more questions. By the way, respectfully, I'm not gonna ban you. You're not doing anything bad, but just know this is not that kind of channel. Viva México y viva Rusia, exactamente. Muchas gracias por estar aquí. What was your impression of May 9th? You're gonna see my impression live on May 9th if you tune in. It's just gonna be all day. Yeah, so anyways, Jimmy, here we do consider the Azov Nazis because they are proven to be N-words. So that's going to merit a kick for you because you do have a racist symbol, Jimmy. So you see how that works, right? You see how that works. You are a person who is supporting an organization that was deemed a radical Nazi organization, so you get kicked. It's just how it works. I don't make the rules. This is just, I have to keep my community safe. Greetings from the UK. Opinions on the proposed British and French security force for a post-war in Ukraine. So the French and the English are trying really hard to get their militaries inside of Ukraine because they've invested so much that they want to suck Ukraine for its resources as well. The United States is at least being open about it. The United States and Russia are both being open about what they're going to do, but the UK and the French right now are hiding the fact that they want to suck Ukraine for its resources and its money. That is the only reason why they're doing that. The war had a good chance of ending this year, but it looks like the Ukrainians will continue the conflict. Thank you guys. I have to say, I have to do my closing statements. I would have not kicked that guy if he didn't have Azov flag. Azov is a radical organization that a lot of people know to be extremists, and I don't support that. If you want to say long live Mexico in Spanish, viva Mexico. If you want to say slava Russia, if you want to say Yalublu Rasiu, if you want to say whatever you want to say about Russia, it's fine. If you want to say Slava Ukraini, whatever. But if you come here with those flags that you have on your profile, that's where the problem starts. My channel is non-political. I don't really care where you come from as long as you come with peace. And that's what it is. I have many Ukrainian neighbors that I will always respect. And thank you for watching this live. I'll see you guys on the next one. It is almost 3 in the morning. Goodbye, guys. I'm sorry if you had any more questions. We'll talk again next weekend.